Well, good afternoon, Vietnam War era veterans, ladies and gentlemen. If you'd now please stand and join in singing our national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner. You see by the dawn's early light, which so proudly we hailed at the world's last gleaming, through the and bright stars, through the perilous night. Order arms. Please be seated. Today we are gathered not only to commemorate and honor the more than 58,000 men and women whose name is on this wall behind me, who died serving their country in that faraway country called Vietnam, as well as veterans who served our country throughout the world during this era called the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War lasted over 20 years. Today, the Department of Defense uses the dates November 1st, 1955 through May 15th, 1975 as the Vietnam War era. During that time, more than 9 million men and women served our country throughout the world. More than 3 million served in some capacity in that faraway country, away from everything they knew, everyone they loved, from Khe Sanh to Hue to Saigon and countless villages in between. They pushed through jungles and rice paddies, heat and monsoon, fighting heroically to protect and defend the ideals we hold dear as Americans. More than 58,000 did not return, and some of our brothers and sisters in arms are still missing. Some of those who returned had suffered unspeakably as prisoners of war. Others returned to a hostile welcome of verbal and physical abuse. It wasn't popular to be in the military at that time, for all veterans in uniform were automatically lumped into the same category as those of us who were being viewed each night in our living rooms on the national TV. No distinction has been made between veterans who served in country, in theater, or who were stationed elsewhere during the Vietnam War era. All Vietnam War era veterans answered our nation's call and proudly served in the footsteps of previous generations of American servicemen and women. Yet, all who served during that time did so with their heads held high. All veterans who served honorably on active duty are called Vietnam War era veterans, regardless of where you served. Today, it is estimated there are more than 6 million living veterans who served during the Vietnam War era. For these living Vietnam War veterans here, there is no wall that lists their names. However, as a nation, We cannot let the service of our Vietnam War era veterans quietly slip into obscurity. Before we commence awarding the commemoration lapel pins, I will say a few words about our nation's 50th anniversary of the Vietnam War era commemoration effort. This national commemoration effort was authorized by our Congress, established under the Department of Defense. We posted there at the far end of the service flags, we have a Vietnam War era flag that was commissioned for events like this, to be posted during events like this. The primary purpose of our nation's Vietnam War era veteran commemoration is to do what should have been done 50 years ago, to recognize, thank, and honor all living veterans who served our nation during the Vietnam War era for their service, valor, and sacrifice when our country needed you most. In order to accomplish this mission, the Department of Defense has reached out to local organizations to assist in this effort as an authorized partner. The Longmont American Legion Post 32 Honor Guard is an authorized partner in that effort. So today, it is our honor to present the Vietnam War era commemoration lapel pin to each and every Vietnam War era veteran present here today who have not received a commemoration pin. There was no distinction of where you served to receive this commemoration recognition for your service to our country. Many Vietnam War era veterans who did not actually set foot in Vietnam feel they are not deserving to receive this recognition. You do. You served our country during that time. When you either enlisted or was drafted, you had no idea where you were going to end up at. And because our country has veterans all over the world, you served during that Vietnam War era. Some did in Vietnam, some elsewhere. The pin that you'll be receiving today features an eagle's head. The eagle represents courage, honor, and dedicated service to our nation. As one of the most recognizable and notable American symbols, it is embossed on numerous military insignia. There's a blue circle. The color blue matches the cannon of the American flag and signifies vigilance, perseverance, and justice. The circle shape and blue color also match the official seal of the commemoration. There's a laurel wreath on the pin. It's a time-honored symbol representing victory, integrity, and strength. The stripes behind the eagle represents the American flag. The stars, the 6 stars on the lapel pin that you'll be receiving, represent the 6 allies who served, sacrificed, and fought along with each other. That would be Australia, New Zealand, the Philippines, and the Republic of Korea, Thailand, and of course the United States. There's a message on the pin that says, "A grateful nation thanks and honors you," is embossed on the back, closer to the heart of the wearer. The official name of the commemoration is included to remind each veteran that this is a national initiative. So at this time, I will ask all Vietnam War era veterans in the audience who have not received a commemoration lapel pin to come forward and line up in an orderly manner in front of your service flag. Once you receive the lapel pin, I will ask that you return your respective flag. So if all veterans here today, Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, Coast Guard, please line up next to your service flag.
you for your service and welcome home. Thank you for your service. Welcome home. Thank you for your service. Thank you, Gene.
Now, there is no denying that 50 years is a long time to wait to be thanked for your service. Regardless, it is vital that each and every one of you Vietnam War era veterans and your families understand the prominent place you now occupy in the conscience of our nation and the high measure of esteem in which you are held by friends. Now is the time to say to our Vietnam era veterans gathered here today the words perhaps you did not hear when you served during the Vietnam War era and returned. Brothers and sisters, welcome home and thank you for your service to our country. You are heroes, everyone. You can be seated now, thank you. So at this time, the Be So Brave quilters will be presenting quilts to veterans in the audience. That ticket that you was given, that will be used to identify those veterans that will be receiving one of their quilts, and I'll let them explain exactly their program that they're doing today. So, Marie, would you please step up here? And
On behalf of the Longmont Quilt Guild Be So Brave group, it's our honor to give away 3 patriotic quilts for those who have served in Vietnam for this ceremony today. So on behalf of Be So Brave, let's pull the first ticket.
We have the mayor, she's totally legit.
she has the magic touch.
Okay, I'm going to call the last 4 numbers. That's the last 4, because they all should be the same at the beginning. So it's 8016.
Yeah.
Air Force. We'll take it. Is it for real? Yeah. The right number?
All right.
And what our organization does is we give quilts to veterans. Most of them are local, but some are not. There's several participations that we take place in. The Moose Lodge we give a couple to every year. A veterans luncheon we give some every year. There's a group that's called Camo up in Estes Park for adaptive veterans to participate in winter sports, and we take quilts up for them too. And sometimes to the Veterans Hospital.
And we do Moose Valley Veterans. Moose Valley
I do.
Veterans.
Yep.
And
Okay.
Tiny houses.
And tiny houses, yes, the tiny houses are coming to Longmont, and they should be open soon. And we have made quilts, so every veteran that goes into a tiny house will get their own personal quilt. And we're giving quilts to their family members, because some of them will have families with them. Okay, let's pull the second one. Okay, again, the last
4.
numbers. 7987. 7987.
Where is it? Oh, here it comes. Yes.
Awesome.
All right. Oh, that's great.
That is.
That is great. Yes.
He's going to take it on
Okay.
behalf of our
Thank
veteran
you.
there. Thank
Thank
you. Thank you, sir, for your service. We appreciate it very much.
Yeah, we're gonna go with you.
Okay.
Let's go. Yeah. You can't miss out on all of it.
That's part of our thing. We like to wrap you in the arms of your quilt. So it goes from our heart to yours. Okay, da-da-da. The last four numbers are 7975. 7975. Come on up, sir.
Come on up.
Come on up. Come on up with him.
Come on up with Grandpa, you bet.
We'll wrap Grandpa in it. Is that okay? Okay, you want to be in front of him?
Madam Mayor, would you please stay here?
Okay.
Your work is not finished yet. Are you?
Our Mayor of Mead, Colleen Whitlow, is a 10-year veteran, not of the Vietnam era, but she served in Clark Air Force Base and Langley Air Force Base during Desert Shield and Desert Storm. We'd like to present you, Madam Mayor, with a quilt also. Thank you for your continued service.
So, thank you, Mayor Winslow, for including the Vietnam War era commemoration event today as part of the Wall That Heals event here in Mead. And ma'am, would you please come up and say a few words?
Thank you all for being here with us today. It's a very beautiful day out compared to yesterday afternoon when God gave us a little bit of extra water that we needed. So I just wanted to say thank you before I just said just a few words amongst you all, great warriors and families. Words cannot express how powerful and moving this experience has been, not just for me, but for everyone here. The Board of Trustees and town staff have worked tirelessly over the last year to make sure that we could properly bring the Wall That Heals into our town and given fallen soldiers, their families, and friends an opportunity for closure and healing. I'm humbled by the outpouring of support we received. The Wall That Heals has had over 5,000 visitors the last 4 days. Wow. Thank you very much. This has been an extraordinary tribute. Thank you all to our volunteers, our veteran organizations, and our sponsors for helping make this happen. One of the war's most profound tragedies was how the men and women were treated when they came home. We must never allow this to happen again and continue to pay the tribute and remember their sacrifices. I would like to take one more time to thank you to all of our Vietnam War veterans, all the courageous men and women, our families, our friends, our neighbors, for the sacrifices that you have made to defend and protect this nation. Your contributions are unmatched, and your bravery has made this world a better place to live. Without our veterans, there would be no land of the free. Thank you for your commitment to honor those who've lost their perseverance through one of America's most trying times. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. And to all those Vietnam War veterans, welcome home, welcome home, welcome home. Thank you very much.
I will ask now everyone that can to please stand at this time. Now the Vietnam Veterans of America Chapter 1071 will now ring the honor bell. At this time, the Honor Guard will fire a 3-volley rifle salute. The 3-volley rifle salute is part of the gravesite honor ceremony that is presented for a deceased veteran. Immediately after the firing, we will be sounding taps. Audience, please present arms. Order, arms. This concludes the commemoration ceremony. Thank you all for being with us today. On the table at the far end of the service flags, you will find items that you're free to pick up. Please go over there and help yourself to those items. Thank you. Welcome home. Thank you for your service.